my name is Melissa Strange and welcome to another episode of For the Love of Drag. Today we're going to be talking about Rupaul's Drag Race Season 9, Episode number 5, also known as Kardashian the Musical. And I will straight up go on record and say, I don't watch the Kardashians. I'm sorry. I could name them all if you showed me a picture. That should mean more than nothing. And I just don't watch the Kardashians. So this episode started off with the post-Charlie elimination, and the queens are like, what did she just do? I don't understand why she just gave up, but like, let's move on. And they congratulate Shay and Sasha on their win. What else did they do? I don't remember. It was okay. It's a new day in the workroom and the first mini challenge of the season where the queens have to get into that quick drag that we all know and love them to do. And they have to take a selfie with 3 members of the pit crew. Now the smart queens are the queens that wear the sunglasses. The not so smart queens don't wear sunglasses. You wear big sunglasses, you really only need like a lipstick and maybe like a slight contour you could get away with, you know? But if you don't have glasses, you also have to spend time on your eyes and all that. So I always think the queens that wear sunglasses are the smartest. That being said, even the queens that painted their faces and didn't just wear sunglasses, I think they actually did a pretty good job considering that I think they probably only got like 20 minutes or so to prepare their quick drag looks, and it was really good. Like, usually the queens just smear on lipstick and call it a day and pretty much just look like boys. But I was fairly impressed with the looks that everyone pulled off. And winning the mini challenge was Alexis Michelle. Who knew? So like I was saying in the beginning of this episode, the main challenge this week is Kardashian the Musical. And since Alexis Michelle won the mini challenge, she gets to pick who she wants to be in the musical and assign every single character to the other queens. For the most part, I think that most of the queens were pretty okay with the characters that they got, but there was a few that right off the bat showed like they were going to have a meltdown. And we're talking about Nina Bonina Brown, who really wanted to be Nina Bonina Black Chyna. And then you had Aja, who looked like she just shit herself when she found out she was going to have to play Kourtney Kardashian. You had Cynthia, who really should not have been put as Kim Kardashian. If anything, Alexis Michelle should have probably known better than to give her that role. I mean, realistically, these queens, no matter what role they get in this play, they should be able to take their role and just kill it. I don't care if you wanted to be Black Chyna and you got Khloe Kardashian. Serve Khloe Kardashian. If anything, I mean, I feel like Nina, you definitely see she's in her head a lot this entire season. How's your head? I'm sure she hasn't had any complaints, but I think a lot of people are complaining that she's spending a lot of time up in her head this season, or whenever. I mean, I love Nina, I love her looks. I feel bad that she's very in her head. I wish she wasn't so negative on herself and could just be like, alright, I want a Black Chyna, didn't get Black Chyna, Shay, you do you, I'm gonna do me, I got Khloe Kardashian, let me slay. But instead it was kind of like grumpy in your head, like everyone's attacking me. So it was kind of hard to watch, to be honest. I feel like we're kind of watching Nina like slowly, if she like really breaks free of all that self-doubt, she could actually end up making the storyline of the show change, and she could end up being like on top in the end if she like can break out of herself, basically. So that could happen, or it could end her. It's gonna end up being one of the two though. And then doing the choreography is Todrick Hall, and he's being assisted by his buddy Chester, who if you follow Todrick online and stuff, you see Chester in all of his stuff. So I'm like, this is cool, let's see what the queens are going to do. They basically focused only on Aja, Nina, and Cynthia's struggles. Also, there was the whole pheromone, and Valentina couldn't do like a simple like Miss Mary black hand thing. I was like, come on. Like, literally my 3-year-old niece can do that, and she has been able to do that for a long time. So, come on. So let's move to Elimination Day, and while the queens are painting their faces for the Kardashian musical, and Aja realizes that she has magically lost weight in her nose, she's a miracle because I don't think anybody really loses weight in their nose. Is there anything to lose there? I don't know. Very weird. Very, very weird thing to notice about yourself, that your nose has gotten smaller. Anyways, while that is happening, Eureka comes over and apologizes to Sasha Velour and Valentina for making that eating disorder joke she made in the previous episode. And they forgive her, I'm pretty sure, but they explain like that both Valentina and Sasha have had eating disorders, and then Shay comes over and says she also struggled with an eating disorder, and Valentina's like, I'm still struggling with this eating disorder. So, you know, I think Eureka realized like the weight of that comment that she made and actually did regret making that, you know, joke, as she put it. And so I think it was nice that she got to apologize, you know, try to be a bigger person. Move on to the main stage where you had Mama, RuPaul, Andre, Charles, Kardashian, Jenner, the whatever, queen of the world, Mama Ru, slaying as usual. She looks so good tonight. There's no way you can deny that. Also on the judges panel, we had Michelle Visage, we had Carson with a C, not a K, we had Todrick Hall, and Megan Trainor. And Megan Trainor killed me. She's one of the smartest guests ever because she's wearing a unicorn onesie. First of all, that's funny. Second of all, that's comfortable. Third, all these queens are beautiful. I wouldn't want to try to be up there in my glamour. I would try to be up there looking like comfy and funny, and then you can't comment on the way I look. I mean, nobody would comment on the way she looks. That's like her brand. But it just, I don't know, it just really made me laugh that she's up there dressed like a unicorn. Alright, so I watched the musical, I paused, I rewound it, I watched the musical again because I wanted to take it all in. Cynthia, she didn't know nothing. She didn't know a single damn word of that thing, and also some of her choreo was busted. Cynthia was gonna be in the bottom. There was no denying that. That was an easy one. I felt bad for her, but we saw that coming. Peppermint killed Britney Spears. Loved it. She killed me. I was laughing. I felt like Trinity Taylor was a little too serious of a Paris Hilton for me. She should have kind of like done like a smile and a hair flip and do that like flirty smiley thing that Paris does after literally everything that she says. I think that probably would have brought it up more if she characterized Paris a little bit more, because then you had Sasha Velour, who literally was just being a hot mess, which is what Lindsay Lohan is. So Sasha killed it, and Peppermint killed it. I feel like Trinity kind of was on like a little bit of the lower end for those three as to like who did the best out of their little section of the musical. I think Alexis Michelle did a great job as Kris Jenner. I had no complaints about her at all. But seriously, Valentina and Farrah, you couldn't figure out how to do the damn clap thing? Come on. I was just like, yeah, that is such an obvious mess up too in choreography. Like that is a very obvious mistake that you are making when one person reaches for the hand and the other person goes to clap. That is like very apparent that there was a mistake. As for their characterization, you could definitely tell that Valentina was portraying Kendall, but I kind of felt like Farrah lost Kylie in translation. It was like, the hair you understood, but if anything, she should have just overdrawn the lips. Just be funny about it. Don't just like, obviously she overdrew the lips a little bit, but she could have just taken it to the next level. She could have gone out there with lip gloss, lipstick, whatever, and done extra and really amped it up and kind of channeled her more, because I really feel like she wasn't channeling Kylie, so I don't know, I was kind of worried about Farrah. As for Aja, Nina, and Cynthia, like I said, Cynthia's lip sync was bunk. Nina looked like she didn't put enough enthusiasm into it, but kind of gave it. And then Aja, it really wasn't anything special. Like the Kardashian sisters in this kind of flatlined when usually they are just, you know, they're serving it all the time. These three, they just kind of felt like they were the very mellow Kardashians. Like maybe when the Kardashians turn into like the golden, no, it's gonna say when the Kardashians are old enough to be like in the Golden Girls and they have like a Kardashian Golden Girls edition in the future, you know. But no, I think there would still be more enthusiasm and drama than there was in that musical performance that these three put on. Oh, Shea Coulee killed it. Shea Coulee killed Black Chyna. But I really thought that her padding looked a bit funky. It could have been my TV, but the jeans, I think she was wearing jeans, they look real funky around the crotch. Go back and watch it. I was just like, what happened? I don't know if it's when she dropped and came back up and some stuff maybe shifted a little bit, but it looked a little funky. Other than that, she killed it, no questions. She slayed. Miss Eureka is up there on crutches. I feel so bad for her. I mean, she's been very like this whole season for me. She says things and then it's like, girl. And then she does things, I'm like, girl. And then she wears things, I'm like, girl. And then she wears things, I'm like, girl. So there's been a roller coaster of Eureka. I feel bad that she broke her, or she didn't break her leg, but she popped out her knee. I literally have done that to both of my knees and spent a huge portion of my life on crutches. So I know personally that pain. So the fact that she was able to do a few episodes without crutches before she even started using the crutches is insane to me. And already she gets like 10 high fives, 10s across the board for, you know, like determination and just the willingness to do whatever she needs to stay in this competition. So then the runway this week was faux fur fabulous, and I feel like some of the queens like just weren't listening again, or something, because this is what I was thinking. Peppermint totally wore the same skirt from the week before, alright, but I didn't see fur, I saw like cotton balls or pom-poms. I didn't really see fur. So right, she was first. I was like, girl, that's not fur. Then second on the runway, we had Trinity Taylor literally wearing Kimura's fairy tale princess banana lady look. She borrowed that from Kimura on the way out. 100%. That was Kimura's look. I would have just not gone for that. Sasha Velour was serving me, I think it was supposed to be Russian, but I was also getting Buckingham Palace realness. She looked like she was trying to protect the queens from enemies, but also was being Russian at the same time. I don't know, that was a confusing look, but I also thought it was a really cool look. Alexis Michelle's look was a fur coat and fur hat. Literally boring. Compared to what everyone else did and compared to all the looks that she served us, boring. Next. Cynthia, that was like, I reminded me of a tube sock. I don't know why, but when I was looking at her, it just reminded me of a sock. And I mean, that was after she did her 2-in-1 reveal, because at first the like train or bottom of the dress was a shawl looking thing, and then as she was walking away she flipped it down and then she looked like a sock, a very furry sock, like a sock that's been under your bed and you have a cat, and the sock gets covered in hair, my socks, and you pull them out and you're like, damn girl, what is that, a furry sock? That's what she looked like to me. Nina Bonina, 90s hip-hop queen, you knew exactly what she was going for the moment she stepped out on stage. I was like, girl, when is your album being released? Because this look, I am buying it. So when Carson was like, I'm not buying it, I'm like, Carson, I'm buying this look. I'm sorry. I think there was something like I wanted her to wear like crazy earrings. I don't remember if she's wearing them or not, but something just came into my head that like maybe she was wearing these crazy big earrings that would have helped. Was she? I don't know, I can't remember. I'll have to take another look, but love her look. Aja was a snow bunny in a bikini. She would probably have been cold and needed that fur if that's what she was wearing. So I actually thought her look was really good. Then you have Valentina, who was wearing the snake, and the snake killed an animal and she was wearing the animal, and so she was serving up fur and snake and whatever. She was serving it. She looked great. And Farrah was wearing green fur, but I swear to you, it looked blue like this shirt at first. The lighting this season is hella confusing me, because I truly honestly thought she was wearing blue and then they said something green and then it was like it switched and she looked green all of a sudden, and I was like, I don't get it. It was weird. Shea Coulee was a furry little monster. She slayed, loved it, killed it, bye. And then poor Eureka limps down the runway like a damn disco ball. I love her, like, just for like the actual fact that she really, like I said before, struggling physically and is still trying to kill it. I'm like, girl, good for you. So immediately I'm thinking that the bottom three are going to be Cynthia, Farrah, and Nina, and I'm like, there's almost no doubt about it. The only interchangeable queen could possibly have been Aja because of that Kardashian fumble. It's like, just put all three Kardashians in the bottom. But Farrah's take on Kylie was just, no. And of course Shea Coulee won. That's fine. Give her that win. That was great. I think that makes it second week in a row that she won, so that is really cool. I think if Alexis had worn something else on the runway that was better than what she wore, she probably would have won. And then in the bottom two, lip syncing for their life, you have Cynthia Lee Fontaine and Farrah Moan. And to be honest, while watching this lip sync, not only did I not care which one of them stayed, I was honestly bored. I felt like Farrah looked pretty defeated, and Cynthia just looked confused, but that's Cynthia. And so I was, you know, sitting there like, which one of these queens is Mama Ru gonna get rid of? I'm starting to think maybe she's gonna get rid of Farrah, because this isn't the first time Farrah's been in the bottom, right? I don't even remember right now. But I'm like, look, Cynthia was wearing red panties. And if you remember when Cynthia went home last time, she was wearing red shorts. I'm like, that is very close as a similar thing. She might be going home. And then a producer comes out, says something to Ru, and then Ru excuses herself and leaves. I don't think Ru has ever excused herself from the main stage, ever. So I'm like, here we go. Season 9, all the scandals, let's do this thing. Waiting, I'm like, what could it be? Who is getting eliminated? Obviously it's not gonna be one of these two. Something's going down in the background. Who's cheating? Who's lying? Who's stealing? Who's doing drugs? Who's getting conjugal visits? Who's sleeping with producers? Is Willem in this season again? What is going on? So then, Eureka gets called forward, and I'm like, what did Eureka do? Is she like doing drugs to like get rid of the pain in her leg and they're gonna send her home? Like, what did she do? And then Ru says, doctor's orders, you need to rest, you can't be in this competition, so Eureka's gotta go home. But she does extend Eureka an invitation to come back next season because she had to be eliminated for medical reasons. So I'm just like, whoa. Poor Eureka really has been trying to stay in this competition, but has a physical injury caused from the competition, and so she has to leave the competition. And I'm like, I honestly did not see that one coming, because if anything, with Eureka being on the crutches, you would think she would have already been eliminated and they wouldn't have put her through having to do another challenge, physically injured. So I was just like kind of caught off guard, surprised by the whole thing, but also not surprised because like this is a competition that you kind of need your body for. So to have like a physical, you know, disability happen, you kind of need a break, and you don't want to do more damage just to win a competition, especially when Ru's like, you can come back next season. So I guess we'll see her next season if she chooses to, or maybe she'll just leave it at this and not go back next season. Who knows? But I guess Farrah and Cynthia are staying because they had to get rid of Eureka. This has been my reaction to the whole thing. Like, didn't see that one coming, honestly. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, you would know that sometimes I like to take a comment from the comment section and bring it up to the attention of the class, read it out loud, and comment on that person's thoughts. So this week we have Nacho Ardila, and Nacho has to say this. I like a lot this Queens and their attitude, but the editing is ruining the show. It feels so weird, all the episodes was like, meh, Michelle Visage voice. I watched Untucked and the looks were amazing, I love them. I mean, I live for the drama, but it's super edited and I hate that. I mean, first 5 or 6 seasons felt so natural and now it's not. Mad at Charlie, you can try to lip sync and do badly, but you just not stand over there doing nothing. Mad disappointed, I read that she had a broken rib or something, but maybe you could walk a little. Eureka is doing some Darien Lake and I'm already over it. I think she's gonna go far, but I hate that she does something and then doesn't take any responsibility. So, the reason why I picked Nacho Ardila's comment isn't for the whole thing, it's actually for the part about Charlie's broken rib. Because I as well read online that Charlie says that she had a broken rib, and that is exactly why the serving it didn't happen during the lip sync. Even though I'm still gonna go with the fact that she was saying in the lip sync that she had, or saying in the show that if she was going to lip sync, she wasn't gonna serve it, and that she was just gonna go home and she was hoping to never have to lip sync. So maybe that plus the broken rib really contributed to the fact that she wasn't about to lip sync. But the thing is that she did a Facebook Live saying that she broke a rib. She got the Olympic swimmer, is he the swimmer? I don't know. She got some Olympic guy at the airport to also say that having a broken rib sucks and it's painful. Girl, Eureka just went out on crutches and still slayed the damn competition. So when you look at that and you verse that to Charlie's broken rib, and Charlie was wearing crazy high heels, and was able to walk down the runway and do her runway look. She was able to compete in that part of the competition as well as other parts of the competition so far. But now you're in the bottom and you have to lip sync and you have a broken rib. So what if you had stayed And what would you have done this week with the musical? You don't lip sync, you can't dance because you have a broken rib. Like, yeah, she had to go home last episode because this episode, what was she gonna do? Just lay in a corner and be like, I can't participate because I have a broken rib and I'm not a lip sync queen? You know there's elements of lip sync in this competition. I'm not even gonna get into it again because I went into it last episode. I've spent clearly way too much time trying to figure out Charlie's logic here. The logic is this. Apparently she had a broken rib. Apparently she's not a lip syncing queen. So that's why she did nothing. Also, thank you to everyone who reminded me that Tammy Brown was the queen in the past who just did not lip sync. The thing was, and why I forgot about that, is because Tammy Brown is so damn crazy that honestly, that felt like normal. She's like, you know what, I'm not gonna say the words, I'm just gonna point and clap, and I like that lip sync, to be honest. Yes, she also gave up in a way, but differently than Charlie, because Charlie was just like, Charlie looked like she was trying to give effort, but also not give any effort. It was the weirdest lip sync I've ever seen, so, you know, that's what's up. Nacho, thank you so much for leaving me that comment. And if you want me to talk about your comment in the next episode, make sure you leave one in the comments down below and hit subscribe for this content that I create for you. I just ask that you subscribe to my channel so that I, know that you want to keep watching these videos. Make sure you hit the like button if you agree with anything, and yeah, comment about anything on this episode that you want me to get into further or any thoughts that you had. Who did you think was not very good as a Jenner Kardashian musical character? Let me know in the comments down below. Once again, thanks for watching this video, everyone. My name's Melissa Strange, and until next time, stay strange.